And I definitely want to give a shout out to Michelle and Vin here. They did such an amazing job in their first Amigos 1.0 club, where they raised over $500,000, oversubscribed it. I know people were super excited. I don't know if Michelle and Vin, if you guys want to just unmute and share a little bit more about how Amigos 1.0 went, I think that would just add a lot of color for everyone that's listening.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I was saying, go ahead, Michelle.
yeah, absolutely. I know that we launched this at the Money event, and it has just been, having Fractional was like our missing piece of 3 years ago. And when we were able to be in another networking group and then be able to be in the same, knowing that we could bring this opportunity, it's been amazing. A lot of our members are on here and some of the amigos. And yeah, it's fun, exciting, and all at the same time. But truly now that we're in doing this and working with everyone, we're able to be really be able to strong community in a club that we walk together and knowing, like you said, the mission, the vision, impact driven, and giving us opportunities to get into better, safer deals, and being able to, protect our funds. So it's been fun.
Well, that was the correct answer. First off, I was going to say, Stella, thank you, because the amount of information and plugs, I'm firing the PR and marketing company tomorrow and just bringing you on the road with us because that was amazing. So, yeah, for us, it's been interesting. I know for anybody that was in Dallas just a couple months ago, we've got the club funded in 10 days. It was overfunded. All the disbursements out. Some of it's already coming back to our amigos. And so we love the Amigos Investment Club. We love saying our amigos, and we're all amigos in the club. So much so that before this call, with the help of Stella and the amazing fractional team, this is a sneak peek to Amigos Club 2.0. So I don't know if I can actually share or not, but this is just solely for so if anybody goes to the Amigos investment.club page right now, this is what you see. It's just it's on the DL, nothing being pushed. We're actually going to be doing a private webinar tomorrow so that you guys can actually get in detail the whole background. So if you guys go to amigosinvestment.club/webinar, you guys will be the only ones on the call. We're not even announcing this till next week. So this is exclusive to the community that we've been a part of coming up on 4 years now that we absolutely love.
I'm so excited. I feel like I'm low-key double dipping to some extent because I got the link to Amigos 2.0 early and I will be joining as an Amigo. I mean, Amigos 1.0 has been absolutely phenomenal, and I think there's just so much wonderful and magical things that happen when we can actually all be on the same side of the table and learn and earn together. So very excited for Amigos 2.0. That's dropping tomorrow. So hopefully we'll find more Amigos in the family.
Like to interject a little bit because I know Stella's always real big on being a go-giver, and so I don't know if she actually has received the kudos that she absolutely deserves. But again, we've been with Fractional for some time, fully funded, everything's out, everything's coming back in. We're launching another one specifically for this call. But I just want to say that Stella is amazing. When we've had our webinar calls, either her or somebody else from her team are always available to get on them. And then once everything was committed, then somebody else got handed off and then did the paperwork for the receiving of the money. So again, it never comes to the actual operator. And then even after that, handed off to somebody else. It's basically a white glove service, and it's just amazing. So um, I will say this because any questions that anybody has, this is the amazing thing about this question is that you have Stella on here, which is a co-founder. Then you have Michelle and I, which are actually in the trenches in a fractional club. And then several people here are actually part of our club. So you have the whole gamut of the way everything works. So it's to be devil's advocate, I'll say this, and it's not anything bad. It is work, and if you treat it like a business, it can pay you like a business, but this is not an easy road to go down, if that makes sense. Like Stella said, it is an active club. So people have to participate. So when we do our regular calls, people have to show up and then you have to vote for it. So it's not the same mentality that I think is in where people just put money out for X amount of months or X amount of years and then it comes back. There is an active participation, and that is one of the biggest things in regards to the way it's done here, as opposed to a syndication or as opposed to a fund. Again, anything that anybody's thinking on this call, Michelle and I, especially Michelle, because she's so analytical, we've already gone through, we've already thought, we've already vetted. I think it took us 2 to 3 weeks before we figured out that this was the right path. And it was once we figured it out and had a conversation with Stella, it was an easy decision to pay them their fee because all the paperwork, K1s, and anything else that had to get done, we no longer had to worry about it. So I'm like, all I got to do is focus on capital raising and networking and connecting with people. That's my superpower. So hell yes, Stella, you can have your percentage, no problem. So if anybody has any questions, again, not to hear directly from Stella because people might think that's very self-serving. Reach out to either Michelle or I that have already done it. And if anybody wants to know what it's like as the actual investor, there's people on the chat. I never just throw anybody under the bus, but people have been vocal in the chat. Reach out to them and you get the whole thing from the very tip of the spear all the way to the actual investor, which is the people that are on this call. So that's just my whole thing there. Again, we love it, but it is going to be work for anybody that's considering it. This is not, hey, let me start up a fractional club and the money's going to show up. That's not the case. And the thing that I have noticed is that the more that you work the actual club, the more that fractional gets behind you and pushes you as well, which to me is a big thing. That wasn't expected on our part. So I don't know if I missed anything, Michelle.
No, I mean, I think it's if for the capital raisers, if you guys are really truly out there and doing it, it's a great way. Like she said, I think pre-raising is awesome. I think the new problem or challenge was that we had capital and my amigos know this, and I sometimes came on those calls and said, hey, we scheduled this call to look over a deal, but it fell through. But let me tell you why. So it's not only you have a new problem, which is that now you can really be selective on the deals that you want to move forward with. But the best thing ever is that we have 51 members part of our club that we can work with, we can collaborate. We have our family night that we're able to have calls. We just had it 2 days ago. I'm very proud of myself the way I was able to lock up a deal the way we did, and the team saw that. And so we're all winning together. So it's always mixed emotions in the sense of this new way. And we've raised for syndications before, and we've raised for others, and those are just, I mean, it's just a different strategy. There's not a good or bad. I know you said, or you were mentioning about land. We have well, I say we, because we're part of the fractional family, but there is a killer, Rhea Campbell. She is a killer beast when it comes to the land acquisition, and that they do that on the platform. And so, like Vince said, it is work as a capital raiser. You do have responsibilities and making sure that you are doing right by your team and your group. But it's also a game changer that I don't have to worry about distributions. I don't have to worry about collecting all the operating agreement and get everybody's signature. And their team has been awesome and amazing. Like where we got everything approved on Tuesday. We're going to be funding by tomorrow. They were ready to get all the funds to title by today. I mean, 24 hours, we're able to get these things done. So as a capital raiser, guys, it's a perspective, that's something you want, right? If you get a deal and you want to get it funded quick and fast, the money's there already to be able to allocate it they move fast.
100%. So you know what? I just actually thought about something as I was looking at some of the comments and hearing you talk. And Stella, I'm going to volunteer you. So if I got to get my hand slapped after the fact, we can have that conversation afterwards. But again, the call they're doing tomorrow, I know Stella's going to be in Orlando. So to kind of get people hyped up to want to join the Amigos Club, I'm going to do a special goodie. I have something in mind, but I still got to pencil it out. But we'll do a family night with Amigos 1.0 and Amigos 2.0. And I'll bring Stella. She's on the call, so she's literally hearing this in real time. to basically have an Amigos family night at some point in Orlando. Again, I'm shooting this off the hip, but so you guys can see what it's been like and what future Amigos, what they look forward to. Stella, are you okay for volunteering you to do something like that?
I'm in. Count me in.
100%. I just saw it locked in. I love it. So again, anything that we can help with or any answers we can, any questions we can answer in regards to Fractional, we're always an open book and available to members. I'm glad you guys actually brought it up. See, here's the other thing for everybody on this call. Like we always say, hey, I've been doing this for over 21 years. Collectively, we have over 450 transactions. I could be telling you there's a million transactions, and either you're going to believe me or you're not going to believe me. When you get into Fractional specifically as the operator, as the founders, like Michelle and I are the founders of the Amigos Investment Club. It was like going to college. They verify, they want HUDs, they make you write up, I'm going to call it an essay for lack of better terminology. But everything that we tell you guys so we can work together or whatever the case is of who we are, they go through with a fine tooth comb and verify. And if we lie about anything or certain things don't line up to what we're saying and telling them and people like you guys, we don't get allowed into Fractional. The other thing is that they also do a small screening on the actual investor. I'm not on that side of it, but I'm assuming it's to make sure nobody's laundering money. And maybe I'm thinking worst case scenario, but it's a very safe, neutral place to do real estate investing because both sides of the fence go through a vetting process.